Download the app. Read preview. Stepan Golian had not slept for 2 nights. He never did this before a combat operation. Along with a small group Ukrainian Special Forces soldiers, he was preparing to clear the pro-Kremlin mercenary Wagner group from its network of trenches. Outside the bloody city Bakhmut, he was one of about 45 people who spoke to BY for an in-depth feature about the horrific conflict there. Like many defenders of Ukraine, Golian's military life began with Russia's large-scale invasion on February 24, 2022. An engineer, he signed up to fight that day. Leaving behind a wife and a 5-year-old son, Golian's group was frequently sent on pioneer operations. On that day, in mid-April, mission was on northwestern outskirts of Bakhmut, a series of trenches protecting artillery positions from which Russia was arting road that Ukrainians desperately needed to use. The 00506 road connects Bakhmut to village of Kromov and then to Chasiv Yar, where Ukrainian forces are supplying the city's frontliners and treating wounded. Winning the road, one of only 2 routes still usable, would tighten Wagner's grip on the city. A vehicle traveling to Bakhmut via Kromov in March 2023. Evgeny Maloletka. AP photo. The losses in that sector of the front at that time were very high for both sides. Golian said. He estimated that for every Ukrainian killed, Russia lost 7 Wagner fighters, but was constantly recruiting new waves of troops to capture the trenches. He estimated that Russia's artillery advantage was also so great that it accounted for nearly 90 of the deaths in Ukraine. Ukraine has only a quarter of that firepower, he said. 2 units had passed Golian's group and the news on the radio was bad. There were great losses. Despite this, his group headed for the trenches with their BMP, a Soviet-era infantry fighting vehicle. One of them was hit by an anti-tank missile on the way. There have been conflicts here for a very long time. He said the area was completely covered with dead people, 40 to 50 bodies, and no one could collect them because the area was too dangerous. Ahead lay a maze of trenches that had to be retaken for several miles. At a depth of 3 to 6 feet, part of the ditch was flooded and the water was waist deep. Others were devastated by artillery fire. Golian said progress is twofold. You move forward by in front of using your machine gun or light machine gun. And if you encounter an obstacle, throw a grenade. Each soldier was required to have at least 20 grenades. He said they would clear the area by covering each other with fire and move forward. As every video gamer could imagine, they would collect extra ammo as they progressed. At every point where there is active contact with the enemy, there are a lot of weapons and ammunition around. Golian said. There are submachine guns, anti-tank grenades. He added. You take it and keep fighting. At any given time there are 6, 7 unmanned